With summer in full swing, many professors are using the extra time to do research. Follow reporter Alan Miller to get the scoop on a new study about how to keep your baby healthy.
Sarah and Andrew Glenn are both students here at BYU, but they have more to worry about than just test scores.
Hi.
Meet Adeline, the newest addition to the Glenn family. Although Adeline is only 6 weeks old, Sarah still does what she can to help her grow up to be healthy.
She has a car seat cover that I always put over her car seat when we're out to help with not getting germs when we're just at the store and stuff.
As for Adeline's schedule,
Well, we're still kind of figuring that out.
for now she does a lot of eating and sleeping.
She usually gets up at like 6:30, hungry, and she eats and goes right back to bed for a couple hours, and then she'll eat again at like 8:30. I try to get her to take a nap around 10:30 or 11. She has another nap later in the afternoon, 1 or 2. This just goes on all day, and
Until it's time for bed.
she's getting better. She went to sleep at 11:30 last night, and then she usually wakes up once in the middle of the night to eat still.
Although a lot of time is spent feeding newborns like Adeline, there are a few things you can do to prevent them from forming poor eating habits. BYU sociology professor Ben Gibbs recently released a study with fellow professor Renata Forsti. They found that clinical obesity at 24 months of age can be traced back to infant feeding.
When you're formula feeding, you have this goal that let's finish the bottle, and that's an accomplishment.
The study suggests that infants who are bottle-fed are more than twice as likely to be obese than those who are breastfed. Gibbs says it's more about the type of relationship being formed through feeding.
You certainly don't have the same intentions when you're breastfeeding, that a child is fed a certain volume of breast milk. It's just a different kind of relationship.
The team says that if a child is overweight at age 2, they are more likely to be overweight in middle childhood, adolescence, and even as an adult. Gibbs hopes that the study will inform parents who are on the fence about infant feeding practices.
Maybe it's worth the sacrifice to deal with a unhappy child going to bed if you knew that it helped offset maybe a risk of something like obesity.
Many parents don't have the convenience or ability to breastfeed. No matter the method, Gibbs says the important thing is listening for cues of a child trying to regulate feeding habits.
Maybe you could pay a little more attention to how much you're giving your child, and when they pull away, don't insist they finish a bottle. And so there might be a lot of half-full bottles in the fridge.
As for Adeline, Sarah doesn't feed her formula. She tries to eat right so that Adeline will continue to be healthy.
I just want her to get the best chance that she can, have a good start, be healthy.
Gibbs, with 4 daughters of his own including a 3-month-old, says the research has affected how he and his wife will deal with feeding habits in their own home.
I'll think a little bit differently about my kids after looking at this data and say, you know, we have put our child to bed with a bottle. I think I'll try a little bit harder to not do that.
Alan Miller, BYU Weekly.